Alright, it's Buzz Lightskin, and we got Bias Elias in here for episode 5 recap, and we're just gonna go through what we like, dislike, some open thoughts about it, and if you guys have any comments, we can get into that too. Alright. So, one of my first things for episode 5 is Zama thinks that Dormammu is involved, but I think this was a big mislead away from who it actually was, as I think it's Mephisto. This is why I'm sure we are getting that reveal, because why else would they try to throw Dormammu in there out of nowhere? So there was a big diversion to use Dormammu and say that's what it was, that's where the cape came from, the hood.
The Dormammu thing, right? Like, I like that they even brought the name up. I like that she even brings the name up in the first place. I like the fact that she even knows who that is, and I like that they even went there. You know what I mean? Like, because they could have said anybody. So I will say one thing that I've been loving is the music choices, right? Like the outro music has been hitting. There's been bangers. They had Erykah Badu. They had some. I had Shazammed a few songs, so I have a few songs in my library because I didn't know anything about them. But besides the music, I'll say the thing about Natalie like disappearing because the suit is basically the reactor couldn't handle her and what Riri had going on to go and do what she did after. I kind of didn't. I don't know. I kind of didn't like that. This episode 5 wasn't really like, it was kind of a setup for me. So it's kind of it's a tough one.
I like episode 5. I think there was a lot of action in it, actually. To go into the next thing, the line when she said, "My death won't make the news," that was low-key a big way to address, like, everyday society, because a lot of black people's deaths don't make the news. So that was real. Like, I like that line being added.
That was nice. It's funny because when she said that, they were like, yeah, I kind of feel that, but they continue to even go kill her or go do whatever they got to do there. Yeah, that even like with I'm surprised that Joe even, well, I keep calling him Joe, Ezekiel even let her live. I didn't think he would even get that close to her, really. Realistically, I'd talk about Parker and his dad, their relationship and how they go, into that backstory of how he treated him and then how he treated his partners, and it's kind of, he resembles him.
So the scene where Riri smashes the truck and hit the middle finger, I think that was as you said in the last video, a aura farming moment. That was a really good scene. And the use of the camera was done really well as well. It was also really funny as well, and not even just that also showed like some potential for Clown to kind of switch sides because of how she reacted to Riri's comments about her letting like Clown know that Rampage was killed by John, as well as her reaction after the truck scene.
Yeah, that was one thing. I was disappointed as to how fast he let them go after that.
I think it was for time's sake. I think it was for time's sake with like.
Yeah, for sure. That's another thing that I actually want to go over. Like in our total review of the whole show, like the fact that it just feels like there's supposed to be more. Like there should be more, and there's supposed to be more, and they probably cut a lot. Like it feels like they go from because they went from, obviously in episode 4 they went from, because Joe was getting the implants put in, right, and then they just go straight from that to him fighting Riri. It's like him fighting Riri and then also like joining the squad, and it's like so many things happen so fast. Like so many things happen. You're right. So many things happen in that episode, but it's like it's all just like it's minuscule in a way because nothing really happens. All of it happens, but nothing happens at the same time. If it makes sense. So like what I mean by that, if I can explain it the best way possible, is so Joe gets all those implants and he ends up joining the crew, and Clown likes him, right? She's attracted to him. They go on a date, but they don't even expand on that. Like she's like, I got a date or whatever the case may be, and she's alluding to Joe. But the thing is, like, none of that, well, it doesn't pay off. That's number one. Number two, him fighting Riri with those powers that he just got, like no training, no nothing. He just straight goes into it knowing how to use it. Just all feels a bit rushed. It feels like there's more, there should have been more there, a little bit more development. But even them going after her, going to kill her, like they just did 2 heists together. Like I get that John died, but it's just something about it. It just seems a little rushed.
I kind of understand it though, although it may be like a little bit rushed. Kind of understand why they did it in that way, because what I was really worried about was the bigger overarching story, which they did touch on that in the right way. I feel like that's just like a little bit more minuscule as far as like the things I actually cared about. Like I cared about the hood, I cared about like who is doing this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his motives, shit like that.
Yeah,
true. And the suit got built. The suit got built in the episode too. So like I said, a lot happened in the episode, but it's all like I don't know how to really, like I said, I don't know how to explain it. Like that episode, it didn't do anything for me. It's tough.
Another one I have is Ezekiel turned into his father. His true nature kind of came out, and he turned himself into the comic book accurate version of himself. You know, Zeke Stane, the human cyborg, but he still had a small ounce of good in him. you know, being the reason he let Riri go and told her like basically get out of town.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I do think he. I mean, but this goes back to what we were talking about before too, and like the first 3 episodes, how when we gave all of our theories and stuff like that, it's not too far off. It wasn't too far off. Like where he, you know, he did go evil, but he also obviously what's his name? He put in that contingency just in case he ever was to turn or not obey Parker. He put the contingency in to give Parker the override.
Yeah.
In case he ever. So with that, even with the override, he damn, where the hell was I going?
Even with the override, he was still able to say like he didn't want to do it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like it's a lot. It's a loophole. It's like you said, it's a loophole where he's able to talk still. Like you would think that Parker would have just like taken his ability to talk or something. Like I don't know. With the new abilities that he got, you would think that he would do that. With the override, yeah, actually had Parker had, being that you were talking about Zeke Stain resembling his father. Parker also resembles his father in the way that he would talk to the crew and how he was so cutthroat with them, and his father's the same way with him. And you know, apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. But and that's another thing they don't explain. Like who was John?
The only explanation we got, I think, is he found him, something like that. But we never really got like a bigger explanation. But
that's what I mean. It feels rushed. Like it feels like a lot of it just wasn't really explained.
Yeah.
Where was he when he got the hood? Like I'm just confused. Like it's a lot. Like the show is good up. Like because now I'm starting to really think about it. This episode probably, in my opinion, I think it's probably it gave us a lot of information, but too much information was given, and without like any type of disposition, no type of explanation of why things are happening.
Going to your point though, it looks like Parker has daddy issues as well, and I would say that the fact that he ended up this way, it isn't entirely his fault. Like his dad literally got rid of him at the age of 12. Like he had no choice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He had no choice but to end up this way. It kind of made me wonder at the time, like how Parker got the hood. Like after that happened, Parker, like during that time, was getting more evil, and this isn't his true nature. So what we see in the flashback of him and John, this shows that the hood changed him on a extreme level. I think Parker may end up dead at the end of the series. That's what I thought at the time.
So was he good? So like obviously he had issues with his dad, right? And his dad was saying that he's just like insurrectionist. He's just like a rebel. He's just a rebellious spirit. You know what I mean? And he goes against everything. So he wanted to be in his father's position, right? He wanted his father. He wanted the riches that his father has. So like, was he good or was he bad? Like when he was younger, because his father says it like he was just a bad kid, and he just acted out for attention so much that he had to get rid of him, even though it's you don't get rid of your kid for stuff or something like that. Like seems like ridiculous. Like it's not even a business move. Like who does that?
The thing is, what I think it was the fact that he didn't want him. So what he did was got himself into trouble, because that does grant attention, although it may be negative attention.
But why would he get rid of him? Like I know he's supposed to come off as like a evil guy because he's rich, and you know obviously had all the bodyguards and everything. But it's like why would like he's 12, bro. Like what would you say to him? Like where did he go? That's what I think that in that episode, in episode 5, they should have went into more of Parker's backstory. They should have went more into how he grew up. Like they showed too many times him and John, without even they didn't even show anything. So it's like you gotta show part of the hood. We needed more disposition. We needed more of why he's the way he is. I think they show like, yeah, his dad is a certain way, and he started becoming like his dad to get to his end goal. But I need to know why he's so traumatized. You know what I mean? Like, why are you so mad? What are you so mad about? Why are you so angry? Like, just you could shorten that in like a 2-minute clip, like 3-minute clip, and show us, you know, maybe his father was beating his mom, or maybe like something small, like where we like something that it stuck with him. But if you're just saying like he was just a rebellious spirit, so you got rid of him at 12 and continued living your life and becoming rich, like that's crazy to me. That don't even add up. I just want the consistency, like the consistency that the rest of the show has already, because episode 1 through 4 has consistency. This episode, I think they packed too much inside this episode, and it shows. It actually, and now I'm actually thinking about it, because I think I thought it was pretty good, but now I'm starting to really think about it. Like it probably took a little bit of a fall for me with that episode alone, because it's not enough. Like they giving us a lot, but also not giving us a lot at the same time. I tried to make the most sense of that.
Yeah. Well, from that, A good thing that I do like from this episode though is the montage suit scene. It gave me nostalgic feels of like an old Iron Man movie. Like, you know, when Tony Stark had his montages when he was building a new suit or came up with a new idea or something like that, which that goes into the next thing I have. What started that was Riri getting through some of her anxieties. She was finally able to break through and remember the good times she had instead of just suppressing them because of that, which led into her being able to build her new suit in the garage where everything went down and using the old car, which I thought was a nice touch on it because that meant something.
That was a very good touch, yeah, for sure. I did enjoy that. So what happens is her mom brings her to the shop to try and clear her mind, and when they get there, Natalie shows them a projection of what was the father's name, if you
Gary.
remember, if you remember. Gary, and they show a projection of Gary and Riri dancing together, and while she's basically how the name Ironhead got on the wrench that falls on her head, right? I mean that the mother finds inside of one of the toolboxes, and that same wrench is the one that fell on her head. That's why it's Ironhead. After they finished dancing, which I love that scene. That scene alone, that actually like it invoked a lot of emotion out of me. But then after that scene, it goes right back into the whole like there's just too much going on at the same time. But I did enjoy that. I did enjoy that scene, and then the mom bringing the car also was really nice. It gives and obviously the car has the same color scheme as her suit in the comics. I was hoping a little bit more for a sleek design, but that design is it's still valid, right? Like it's a little bit bulky.
Oh, you talking about?
It's still like a prototype.
You talking about the sleek design in the comic? I do like that one too.
Yeah, for sure. That one is fire. Like and it's based off of Tony's at that time, the all new, all different Marvel Tony. His suit was that suit was so fire. Like the mask itself is phenomenal. But yeah, like I think that there were certain aspects of the episode that like here and there, like if I was to nitpick, that was pretty good, but overall I can't really say that it was fulfilling, you know?
Yeah, I do like that one. I do like the suit she has, but you know, every time a character like that who is known for their suits, you know, they like to do a new one when they show up again. So I'm sure maybe one day we'll see the slim suit.
That's the problem, right? Like, what if we don't get another, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if, based off of the reception of this show, what if we don't get another? What if she don't come back, right? What if she gets the Miss Marvel treatment, or Miss Marvel came back in the movie, but after a TV show. I mean, that's a bad example. I say, like, what if we get another I don't even know, I can't even think of one right now, but what if she don't come back? Like, what if all the hate online and stuff like that causes her not to come back, or because they already scrapped Armor Wars. The Armor Wars with supposed to be with Iron Lad and things like that. They already scrapped it.
That only got scrapped because they changed their plans. I don't think she's getting scrapped. The reason I don't think that is because despite all the hate, it still reached 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, which
but that was after. That was after the hate.
That still shows, but that still shows that even with the hate, a lot of the good shed through.
Yeah, I do agree on that. I mean, I think it's a good show. I think that so far up until this point, it's been a good show. It's been pretty consistent. It has a good plot. It has good characters. I think that she's a great Riri Williams. The show is great, and it doesn't deserve the flack that it's getting. And like you said, with the ratings, like it didn't deserve that. That's why it went up to the 86, because after they got all the hate out of the reviews and everything like that, people who didn't even watch the show yet, that's when they went back up to 86. So I do think, and I think 86 is a valid score for the show, honestly. So far, I do think that it's a valid. This episode, I do think brings it down a little bit, because otherwise it'd have been at like a 90 or something. But I do think that that's pretty fair.
Yeah, I only have one more thing for this episode. Yeah. So my last thing is, this is something you said before. It might be some truth in what you said about Natalie being tethered to magic because of her disappearing when the magic was tethered to the suit, or it was an agreement for her being able to use magic. Because remember, Zelma said that when you use magic, it's an agreement. You have to give something up for it. So either
it's like alchemy. Yeah,
either there was too much magic related and that's why she disappeared, or that's what she had to give up to be able to use magic within her suit.
And I do agree. I think that was, so basically I do think that that's a key part. I think the fact that she disappeared when she got all that added on to the suit, I do think that was a bigger message than what they let it on to be.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would say, like, if I'm being real, if I'm being honest, like, I would say At the time that I finished watching it, I'll give it like a 6. I give it like a 6, only because I would definitely give it a 6 for sure.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Give it an 8. Okay,
Yeah.
that's valid. That's valid.
Because I like what it did.
That's valid.
This has been our episode 5 recap and review. We gave our honest thoughts and opinions on it. We'd like to know what you guys think in the comments, and please like and subscribe, and we'd love to hear what you think as well.